So can Alfred see if he's got enough of him?
Do a quick
just to
sound check.
See if he's got. Does he have enough in that monitor?
That sounds good. If my right eye starts to get really big, that means more.
I think it's more of this. And if his shoulder.
It's a code.
This is Alfred Johnson.
Hello.
His lyrics are really great. Actually, he does have some CDs out there with the lyrics. So if you're wondering what the heck he's saying, in spots or something like that, if you go out there and buy a CD for $200 or something like that.
Yeah, it's a sale for less than that.
Okay. So anyway, then you'll be able to figure out what he's talking about. Alfred?
I need to run out there and grab a couple of those myself, come to think about it. I'm trying to figure out what I'm talking about. First of all, how can you've heard this too many times. How can anyone follow Beth and Steve? But I'm going to try. And I will do this. I'm kind of loud. And it's not so much my mouth is big, really. It's that I have lots of words in there somewhere. This is a song I wrote with my friend Peter McCabe, and it's about mate waiting. And Future Shock kind of ends in there as well. It's about, and some of you singles out there know what I'm talking about. You just win. Wrong. See? Wrong keyboard. There's 480 keyboards in here. And Steve is the only one that knows which one is the right one. So it's like a little, that's the right one. See the difference there? Let's do this again. Oh yeah, he's mate waiting. Waiting for a mate. I mean. Seems this life just keeping on, getting so much faster. There ain't no time for a song, calling on a long lost friend. And when I pray, there's just one thing that I ask for. It would sure be nice if a little love would come around the bed. My question, not if, who, with, or where. My question's when. Well, I hope it don't seem like I'm just being impatient. No, I know broken hearts gotta have time to mend. And I believe that it's true. You could put the you in my situation. May take a little time, but it's gonna be fine. I can wait till then. My question, not if, who, with, or where. My question's when. Fall in love again. My question, not if, who, with, or where. My question's when. I don't worry about the present or the past. It's a nasty habit. I don't wonder about the color of her hair, what she wear, what condition she's in. I don't even care a whole lot about the kind of people that she like to go out with. Though the game's a little slow, if I keep on playing, I know I'll win. My question, not if, who, with, or where. My question's when. Talking about a win. Am I talking to the wind? No, about a win. up, sit down, maybe take a walk. Got to meet a woman that can stop this clock. Talking about when. All of this anticipation I can hardly stand. I'm about to be committed by a second hand. Little tiny second hand. My question not if, who, if, or where. My question not if, who, if, or where. My question not if, who, if, or where. My question's when. Sometimes you have to wait so long. Thank you. So, I think one day I was pondering the connections between relationships and actually the relationship between relationships and amusement parks. I know, it's pretty straightforward, isn't it? I mean, I wrote this with my friend Jody, who is out there somewhere below the seat line, I think. I'm at the station again. One thing I'm starting to face. If it's a year, it's been 10. We ain't in the world's happiest place. I'm sorry that we've ever met. Far as I can see, I'm going far as I can get. Fading away to the bright sunset. If you're looking for me, you see me rolling out of town, freedom bound on that big Thunder Mountain Railroad. I got a one-way fare on a grizzly bear river run. I'm leaving you while I still got me some pride. I'm so over Mr. Toad's wild ride. We buy our tickets clear to Timbuktu, and we trust that this ain't just another deja vu. Some say love is just a circle, seem like all we do is go round and round and round and round and round. Some say my leaving's a joke. My friends say my pride's all gone. Tell me I'm blowing more smoke than this train you got me traveling on. Some take the Orient Express, jump on the TGV, but when it comes to going nowhere, you're the ticket for me. Bound to get away from you eventually. Now if you're looking for me, you'll see me rolling out of town, freedom bound on that big Thunder Mountain Railroad. I got a one-way fare on a grizzly bear river run. I'm where I wanna be and right on the plan, though my so-called friends say I'm in fantasy land. Well, I don't know about that, but I got this Cheshire cat smile, wide as the pyramids and deep as denial, singing a traveling song when I ain't gone but a mile, going round and round and round and round and round. I'm taking this train to Pluto, won't be done till I run out of rail. It ain't got much of a view though, for a dumb dog was chasing his tail. Just saw the Great Wall of China next to the Taj Mahal. It's got me worried, it's a small world after all. Some say love is just a circle, hell, ain't been a ball. Well, if you're looking for me, you see me rolling out of town, freedom homebound on that big Thunder Mountain Railroad. I got a one-way fare on a Grizzly Bear River run. I guess we only get as far away as we're concerned. Hell, an e-ticket ride has got to even return. Looks can be deceiving, he's unreasonably busy. He believes he's leaving. Well, question is he just one more Dumbo? Love's gotten dizzy, going round and round and round and round, going round and round and round and round and round and round and round. Thank you. Now, any allusions in that song that have anything to do with a well-known amusement park are strictly, I mean, if there's any representatives from the happiest place in the world. This was not the happiest relationship in the world. But it ended a long time ago. Finally, a song with no introduction, and I think it'll be clear why. This is a song that my mother says was my ticket to stardom and fame, and she's dead now, but recently, this year, but I'm sure she'll hear all of this, even though I whisper. There are certain things we say, and then there are moods you communicate by the things you do. But when you need a better way, that's when you must trust that love will say things for you. You're choosing your words so well and groping through oceans of ways to say what is simply true. When it's what you don't say that will tell. Once you can trust that your love will say things for you. Through all you've heard and all you've read, all the wisdom of the wise, there are no words for one thing said. In the depths of your eyes, when you have a world to relate, open your heart and your faith, it will put the facts in view. Just try to concentrate on what you're feeling in love. Will say things for you. The heart can hear softest sounds. If you listen just a while, and it's so clear, the message that's found in the whispers of a smile. She can almost hear your eyes. Now that you're feeling this stronger love than you ever knew, realize that nothing can say what your love will say for you. Yes, your love will say it for you. Thank you.
Albert.
I was troubled seconds ago by my mom whispering something up there. I don't know, she said. She's crying, I can hear her. So I thought, I do that. Like, I try and do that once a week if I can. And I know it's unpopular, but I thought it would be interesting if people stayed after the tour boats took everybody home, and you're supposed to go home. So I wrote this song about the possibility. It was about a epiphany that I had that, man, things could be better if we just didn't go with that boat, you know, and just stuck around. So I called work, and they said, sure. and I got together with a friend, Pete McCabe, I've written a bunch of songs with, and we wrote this song. It's called Rio Wakening. In Rio, after the carnival, tourists wave goodbye from each starboard bow and cast away all searching for love. For now, they don't realize that paradise goes on, but we know the secret that holds us here, that after all the noise of the masquerade has faded with the passing street parade, the wind and the waves will play a samba for those who stay on. For fools who sail away, no more celebrating. It's back to the States, back to waiting for festival time next year. But for those who carry on, they know the party has just begun. After a night of love making under the stars, we'll greet the dawn of a Rio Wakening. It's a Rio Wakening. It's a Rio Wakening. Just 1 year ago, a miracle happened here. Lasted just an instant that night we shared, Still nothing ever since it has quite compared. We knew that our hearts would yearn, and one day we'd return to where breezes blow and whisper familiar tunes that echo in each intimate and empty street. Now finally the harmony feels complete. We've taken the song this far, like sax and guitar we'll play on. Now a sax solo is in here. Can you hear it? For those who carry on, they know the party has just begun. After a night of love making under the stars, we'll greet the dawn of a Rio Wakening. It's a Rio Wakening. We've come to this Rio Wakening. It's Rio. It's Rio. It's Rio Wakening. It's Rio. It's Rio. It's Rio Wakening. It's Rio. It's Rio. Nothing but a Rio Wakening. It's Rio Wakening. Here in Rio. Thank you. So I thought, Varig or somebody, some airline would pick that up. But nobody's ever heard it, practically. I mean, I play this once every billion years. But I'm so glad, thank you, for an opportunity to play songs that, that don't make you dance necessarily, I figure in Brazil, they would make you dance. But somebody, I wanted a Brazilian group to do this, and they said, that's not a Brazilian song. Damn. I need to spend more time there. So this one is Playing Without a Net. You said something dangerous. This is very, very dangerous. And yeah, Miss Funicello is not in the room. Annette. Playing Without a Net, Funicello. She was a big star before your time. Way before your time. Where the Boys Are, I think, was the movie. Some of you are maybe. Anyway, it's a stupid play on words, but I was at a gig and a guy came up to me and he said, you're not going to play another song to make us listen and think about anything, are you? Because we work really hard in the day and we want to come to a place and shake what's left of our booty. But I said, oh, you're right. So I said, no, I understand that it can be too much if you have to actually, listen to the words and dance at the same time. And I thought, wait a minute, People can pat their head and rub their stomach at the same time, and they can switch back and forth. So maybe I should write a song about this. I brought in two people, Brendan Melbourne and Valerie Vagoda, and we came up with this song about dancing and thinking simultaneously. Kinesthetically pathetic is how I'm oft described in words by those I find who are inclined to think that thinking's for the birds. Some people get their biggest rush from sex or drugs or maybe drinking. I know it's wrong, but I get turned on by just the simple thought of thinking. People, it's got to mean something. It's got to mean something. And if it don't mean nothing, all that moves is your behind. It's got to mean something. And if it means something, music might just free your body, but lyrics may emancipate your mind. For dance savants and happy hoofers, let me make this message plain. A muscle dies without exercise, and my attitude is that includes your brain. So I invest my best attention each time I hear the music play. To figure out what the song's about, but there's a lot got diddly squat to say. People, it's got to mean something. It's got to mean something. And if it don't mean nothing, all that moves is your behind. It's got to mean something. And if it means something, music might just free your body, but lyrics can emancipate your mind. Hell, you just want to get your groove on. Quit it with that literate stuff. There's some things you can improve on. Well, dancing may break your bones, but let me alert you. Don't strike the microphone, 'cause lyrics won't hurt you. Well, I'm trying to tell your ass that thinking's a virtue. Every minute's better when it means something. When it means something, it's got to mean something. Well, there's punch with no punchline. It's got to mean something. And if it means something, on your third or fourth or fifth time through, you might just catch the drift. I'm truly trying to give this gift I foolishly believe will lift us to the place where we agree that lyrics can emancipate our minds. It's got to mean something. People, it's got to mean something. People, it's got to mean something. It's got to mean something. Thank you.
Gee whiz. See? I told you he was a piece of work. That's Alfred Johnson. Damn it. That was just great. So he's gonna chat with Steve now, and the lights are gonna go on or something, and then we're gonna set up now for actually, right?
Yeah.
What is that?
For Jack.
The lights are gonna go on, or I don't know.
No,
They are.
this is the light that's on, the one that
Oh,
I got
okay.
at Home Depot, and then I put my grandmother's hanky over the front to kind of
Over the
diffuse it.
front.
I like the flower.
I'm into
So anyway,
high-end look. There's a little.
so
little
we're gonna set
flower.
up for Jack right now,
Is it?
and
So anyway,
Great,
this
thank you.
this Tuesday thing is very eclectic, and this is something Beth and I just love all kinds of music, and it's really fun to have this variety here. And you are certainly various.
I'm very
And we've been big fans of Alfred for a long time. And Alfred, it's funny, I was talking to Jack about the songwriting thing, and how he was just doing it, and then things happened. And you obviously have a vision, and you're very optimistic about mankind, because
Is that a statement or a question?
no, it's you decide. But for me, to write these kind of songs that say so much, they don't follow the standard verse. I mean, they're not a pop kind of song.
Yeah.
And so you write them, and obviously you write them because it's a spiritual thing of you saying how you see the world. And so I just want to say, as a viewer and listener, I appreciate your work.
Thank you.
So,
And I adore your work as well.
well, I was hoping you'd say that.
It's a setup.
But so tell me, now I know you recently retired from your day gig,
I did. I retired from my day gig.
and your day gig, can you talk about it a little, or is it not interesting?
It's not particular. Well, I've loved it for 29, 30 years, close to 30 years. And I'm an engineer, and was an engineer. I'm still an engineer.
You can't-
You got this stamp on the, on the back. That, no pocket protectors, but I'm still an engineer.
Yeah.
And that's all. I've loved it.
Okay.
I love transistors.
Transistors?
Transistors, not the radio,
Or not the trans sister?
not the transistor. Although I don't know. You have the telephone? No, I don't mean that.
But you don't want to go into detail about it, because I don't really know what you did exactly.
I don't really know what I did. No, well, at first I was in aerospace. I worked for aerospace, and then I was in aerospace again, and then I was in aerospace again, and then I worked for Mattel, the toy company, but in the musical products group, and that was designing the electronics for. Well, we call them toys because professional musicians, but they were hardly toys. In fact, Carmen Apiece and a bunch of people were kind of the representatives that would come in and try out our new toys, and they were startled. You had a drum that you would hit, and now it's everybody's drum talks, but this one, said, "Hit me." Hit me. And Carmen went, "Whoa," because nobody had ever heard that before.
yeah.
And we did a lot
Same
of stuff
ones.
like that.
Yeah.
And then I went back to aerospace, and I was there until now.
Would you say you were a rocket scientist?
I wouldn't say that. Everybody calls me that, but they call me lots of things.
And then the other question is, after a lifetime of that kind of stuff, where you go in the morning and it's very organized, and you're working towards something, how's the retirement thing going?
It's chaos.
Is it?
Yeah. My advice, and I've prepared for retirement all my life. I have
That's obvious. With your music.
no. Music was quite honestly the last thing I wanted to. In fact, I hated music. When I was growing, it's true. When I was growing up, my parents had the wisdom to fight with me from age, 5 or 6, and they fought with me really tediously, but not in the way that you'd normally think of a fight, because as it turns out, I don't think my father particularly wanted me to go into music as a profession himself. He just wanted to give me that option. and that gift. And I wanted to play football and break my fingers and do stuff that all the kids were doing. So I resisted, but after a long period of trying to coerce, that was what they did. They coerced.
Okay.
And they did it in the most gentle way. They had great skill at this. And finally, they must have had a little powwow, and they came in and they decided to triple my allowance to practice. The minute, I got to tell you, and that lasted for, God, they should have gone bankrupt. But they didn't, because it was, back then it was like a quarter was my allowance, so it was 75 cents now, and I could actually buy a car or something. Back then things were a little more reasonable. But so that continued for quite a little while, and then I began to like it, and then I began to love it, and then I began to realize my parents have given me a gift that I can't begin to tell you how it's changed the trajectory of my life. Everything began to change. And of course, I couldn't show them. That was the worst part. Why parents have to put up with this kind of stuff? I was like, and secretly I was really loving it. And then one day I said, no, they've got to know. And they knew because I asked for a piano. I mean, an electric piano, because all the kids were playing rock and roll, and I thought that would be the place to go. And but I had a concert one time, and I invited them, and they came, and I told this story, and we all just sort of cried, and I just said, thank you so much for this. Wow. I tried it on my daughter, and it didn't work. Some people can be bought, and other people can't, I guess.
Yeah. So that's the longest touchdown anybody ever had to run. It's like all those years of running and trying to get you to follow.
Yeah. My father was a composer, and avocationally, he was a career man, and so I followed. The fruit doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah. Well, Beth, are we?
I think we.
I think we're good.
Wonderful job.
Thanks so much.